Alrighty, pals, we're here with a bit of a different Let's Play than most games are. This one is very art-oriented. I'm going to let the NPCs do a lot of the talking. But this is round 3 of the recording, so if I accidentally sound scripted, it's just because I've said the same thing a few times and borked it up each time, so we're just going to try. Alright. So this is Different Strokes. It is an entirely art-based game that is very collaborative, very cute, and just absolutely phenomenal if you are an artist with art block and need something to kind of shake up your style a little bit, or if you're not an artist and just want to collaborate with people, put in ideas, have people enhance your ideas, just pop in and have a good time. Very good, very community-oriented. So let's talk with friend here. Welcome to my exhibition. I'm so glad you came. I've been working for such a long time to put this together. This is my super spectacular collaboratorium. It's a social experiment to see how complete strangers can come together through the magic of art. Visitors can paint their own piece and then have it finished off by another visitor. Great, huh? I can't wait to see what you make. Welcome to the exhibition. I'll be your guide. Thanks for visiting. Here's how the exhibition works. Browse through the gallery at your leisure. Every painting you see has been made by another visitor. Blank canvases are open for you to paint. Please don't hesitate to add a new painting. Paintings with only one layer can be edited. If you see something you'd like to add to, fix, or redo, feel free to get creative. Modifying an existing painting is the best way to make sure your art doesn't get overwritten. Roped off paintings already have 2 layers and are part of our permanent collection, which can no longer be edited. Please do take the time to like good pieces and report bad ones. As a general rule, we don't allow excessively sexualized, violent, or political paintings, which is super fair and valid. Don't forget to sign in at the kiosk to the left if you want to keep track of the pieces you paint. Have fun! Oh, and don't be scared of Wallace the guard. I know he's got a fiery glare, but he won't judge you for what you paint. Sure is intimidating to me, though. And on that note, over here to the left is where you should go and sign in once you get this absolutely free and delightful game. Very easy. I will check my little notifications later off of this recording. Here you can save paintings to actually add to later. So these are some that I have scoped out before that other people have started that I want to come in and actually finish up later. Here to the left, you'll see actually pieces that you like. I know I've liked more. I think it is either limited or maybe I'm forgetting to like some. Of course, my most important liked piece over here by the one and only Arlo themselves. It was a little sad that nobody added to it, but understandable because I have definitely come up to pieces that are absolutely gorgeous like this one is and went, I can't add to that. What could I possibly do? And then I realized, if nothing else, maybe somebody, like I should have added a little note just saying, hey, your piece is great. So I'm going to do that the next time I see somebody else's fantastic piece. And if you see somebody's piece that's really good, but you're intimidated a touch, just leave them a little note. Let them know that you really liked their art. And I will, of course, link to Arlo's social medias in the description if you want to go give them some love. And then back here, you will see art that has actually been done by yourself. I am going to leave one out of sight as a teaser for the time lapse once I'm talking about the game. It's done talking about the game itself. Here's a bee I had started. Somebody came in and finished coloring. You can actually leave colors here for other people if they don't have all of the colors, because I do have the deluxe edition, which is very nice. Gives you extra colors and some nice extra little brushes. This one is for one of the many secrets hidden in the game, because despite being an art game, there is a whole lot of actual nonsense that you can discover and figure out that I'm not going to go into too much detail because, again, it's a free game. Download it. Come see all of the weird shenanigans that there are in it. There's a whole lot of different rooms. There is an actual fishing mini game, which I may or may not find, and if I don't, all the more reason that you should get the game. So that said, there are of course the rules, which do make a lot of sense, are very common sense. Just don't be a jerk, follow the rules, and have fun doing art. There is also a gallery of the week, which I will let our buddy here talk about. Hey Squirt, ¿qué onda? This right here, this is the raddest part of the gallery of the week. It is what it sounds like, you know? It's like the main gallery, but the theme changes every week. Hop in to check out this week's paintings or even paint something on the theme. Your work will be, like, immortalized in the hall behind me. The past galleries of the week. You wouldn't believe how many famous artists got their start right here. Myself included, hopefully, but not as a painter. This janitor stuff is just a day job. Outside, it's a musician's life for me. Let me know if you ever need a percussionist, and keep an ear to the ground for gigs, eh? Rock on! So just one of those, I cannot oversell this game enough, and despite some self-imposed goofy moments, which we will see when we get to the art time lapse, I've got nothing bad to say. And on what I will say in the time lapse, which this audio should hopefully go over that now that I've pivoted over to it, is I do want to also use this video as a PSA. Always back up your art. Always take screenshots. Always, if it's a physical media, grab some pictures of your work in progress. You know, just have something to make sure you've got proof of what you've done. So that if you spend over 2 hours working on drawing a really realistic pixelated glass of whiskey sour and go to submit it without realizing that your Steam Deck decided it didn't want internet connection, you don't lose it. So I did mention briefly about some of the secrets. There is that fishing mini game, which we did not run across while I was going through the gallery, but it is there. There's a whole bunch of fish to actually catch, a lot of actual achievements for the game. And I do have some in my pockets. So if you do end up getting the game, which again, completely free, $5 if you want just the extra brushes, extra colors, but super not necessary because most people will, not most, but a good chunk of people will put the rest of the colors there for you to just eye drop for your own pieces. But go in and check out those achievements, and if you need help, give me a comment. I can give you some nudges, give you some hints. There's one in there that I spent a few hours last night kind of sleuthing out, and I was proud to figure out. I do also want to give a plug for this video, because I will say, despite losing that piece, despite knowing it was my own fault and not of the game, I really just wanted to get into it. I can tell it's already broken my art block a whole bunch. I want to encourage other people to use it for the same reason. But on top of that, while I was venting in Arlo and I's wonderful little art server about the fact that I lost my piece in here, again, due to my own fault, I don't want to fault the game for it. One of our pals who is an absolutely delightful comic artist, I will put his medias in the description as well for anyone else to peek at for just some good, wholesome, but also spooky comics. I don't even know what you could describe them as, just fun. But saw my struggles of losing my piece, and it actually inspired one of the future comics that he's going to be doing, and that was just the nail in the coffin of me saying, okay, I gotta get back to this game. I gotta give it some love. Art inspires art, and if I just say, oh, that's it, I'm gonna throw in the towel and not touch this awesome collaborative community game again, then what? I'm not talking, or I'm not walking the walk that I'm preaching to people. So all that said, I think I've babbled quite a bit. Hopefully this time lapse for my art isn't getting too sped up to keep up with all of that I've been babbling. But before I pivot to an awesome addition somebody made to this one that I did, that I, again, drew in Carthasis, it got the funk out of losing that first piece so that I can actually properly come in and draw more in this game. I was not expecting the person that added to my piece to be who added to my piece. So later, after I cooled down, went, oh, okay, good, yep. Love this game. I'm excited to go and do some more drawing. The one and only Stephasocks had actually come in and added to my piece, and it cracked me up. I absolutely just laughed out loud, like, oh, yep, screaming, crying, throwing up. That's it. Didn't even notice the name, just kind of kept a mental note of, oh, this edition's so funny, the little guy is so cute. I'll have to look back later and see if I can't find this person to follow him on social media. And then later, of course, looked him up and went, wait a second. Arlo loves Doodle Date. I love the videos I've seen from them. I did not expect Steffa to be the one to add to it. So that was just really, really cool. And if anyone watching this somehow doesn't know Doodle Date because they've got a good following and deserve the love, go give them a follow, because they're just wholesome, good vibes. It's thanks to them by proxy that I've started doing this game, because of course Arlo let our Discord server know about it, and it's all from there, and they learned it from Doodle Date. So all of that to say, check out this game. If you are one of the many people, I'm sure, looking at this going, oh, well, I can't do art though. Yeah, so it all starts somewhere. You gotta practice. You've got this one, which I can already look at. Somebody is going to come in and do an absolutely beautiful Keyblade on top of that. You can come in and see a lot of these. Oh, nope. That's one I can add to. Give me a piece. Look at this. Somebody just drew a little guy. Now it's private property. Fuck off. You don't need to have huge, amazing talent to come in here and just add in something. To start something. To have that little creative flow and practice. To just be with cool people. So, all of that, I'm going to leave you all with if you happen to draw anything in there, give me a comment so I can go and try to find your piece and add to it or give it a like. If you happen to see one of my pieces in here and add to it, please let me know. I would love to go and see it and chat. Otherwise, again, this is recording attempt 3, so I'm going to leave you all with that. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you can. It feels silly doing the plug, but I gotta. It helps me as a new content creator, so appreciate it. But all that said, stay safe and cozy. I appreciate you.